Good afternoon, everybody. David Paul with you in the KHOU 11 Weather Center. We're up here in the newsroom. We have not had any significant rain or thunderstorms in Houston area, southeast Texas so far today. Don't let your guard down. We're going to get heavy thunderstorms tonight. I'm pretty sure some parts of southeast Texas are going to have flooding rains tonight, overnight tonight, into early Friday morning. Exactly where that is going to happen, I can't tell you because I don't know. But somewhere in southeast Texas, if you are between Huntsville to Galveston, if you are from Columbus to Beaumont, somebody in here, some neighborhoods in there are going to see multiple inches of rain, and on saturated ground it's going to be too much. We're going to see some bayou flooding. We'll probably see some river flooding as well. But again, exactly where that's going to happen, we just can't tell. It's too early to tell, and the computer models do not have that high of a resolution. So what do you do with that information? If you live in an area that has flooded before, is flood prone, if you live near one of the many bayous across Houston, Harris County in southeast Texas, if you live next to one of the major rivers, Trinity, San Jac, Navasota, Colorado, Brazos, just a few, they're all running high. Brazos is in flood, San Jacinto's West Fork's in flood. Those areas are going to go higher with the additional rain tonight and tomorrow. So be prepared to take action if your spot's one of the ones that gets the heavy rain that causes flooding and flash flooding tonight. So let me show you the setup. So flooding threat tonight, when 8 p.m. to 4 a.m., rain totals widespread 3 to 5. Isolated spots are going to see 10 to 12 inches of rain, maybe more. So that's tax day, that's Memorial Day type flooding numbers from a couple of years past. But exactly where those spots are going to be, those isolated spots, we don't know yet. We're all going to have to kind of watch this together. Let me run through a couple of things. This is disturbing. There is a tremendous temperature contrast across the state of Texas. This is that cold front coming in. It's in the 40s and 50s in Lubbock and Amarillo right now. Very unusually cold for the first part of May. We're 86 at Bush Cottonville Airport. Victoria's 88. It's almost 90. It feels like it's more than 100 when you factor in the humidity out there. We have a tremendous amount of moisture. And then the winds are troubling as well. At the surface, right now, we've got this boundary set up right across southeast Texas. So these surface winds are converging. See how they're coming together here right at the surface? When they come together like that at the surface, they bump into each other. Now, they can't go down because they can't go down into the ground. So they bump into each other and they go up. They lift. So that will create lift and a focus for heavy thunderstorms. And that is set up right across the heart of Houston and southeast Texas right now. And this has kicked off heavy thunderstorms, and there are multiple flash flood warnings going on in Louisiana right now on this line of storms. And this is a 2-hour loop. And notice how it's just sitting in the same spot. It's training over and over again. All the lightning here indicates the convective nature of these storms. And so that is what is going to eventually build into Houston tonight. See this spot down here, Rio Grande River, southwest Texas? That's a piece of upper level energy that is moving in our direction. As that gets closer, it's going to create lift over that surface boundary, and it's going to kick off these storms that will begin in isolated spots late this afternoon, but then it's late tonight that it really gets going. You can see Beaumont's got a heavy thunderstorm right now. Houston, nothing's been able to fire. There's a lid on the atmosphere, but that lid's going to be broken by that upper level storm coming in from the west. There it is, scattered showers and thunderstorms west of Austin, west of San Antonio, Del Rio. The real parent piece of energy with this is still in northern Mexico on the other side of the Rio Grande. There's Del Rio, there's Mexico, but that's all coming in our direction. That is what's going to lift things tonight and cause the problem. I mentioned the parent storm. This is the parent piece of energy coming in tonight. The parent storm with all this is actually here. See the counterclockwise rotation over the Rockies, and it's just sitting here. That's heavy snow in the Rockies this afternoon. It feels like full-blown winter up here for the folks up there in Steamboat Springs and Aspen and Snowmass. So here's future track. Here's the way the computer models are seeing this. Here we are right now with heavy thunderstorms in Louisiana. Houston, not much. There's our disturbance in Mexico. This is 3 o'clock this afternoon. This is now. Push forward into the evening. Here's by 8:30. So the computer suggests that along that boundary, we're going to begin to see that cap break. And right along where that convergence zone is at the surface, we're going to begin to see heavy thunderstorms fire up. Any thunderstorms that get going will have rainfall rates of 2, 3, 4 inches per hour. guaranteed. Because if you've been outside, you can feel the energy, the moisture, the humidity in the atmosphere more than 2 standard deviations above normal. And that convergent zone on that upper level storm coming in is just going to wring it out like a big wet towel, like a wet washcloth. It's just going to get wrung out. And so we're going to see the potential for flooding rains begin as early as 7, 8 o'clock tonight. We head into 10:30. Notice how the heavy rain still forecast right across the heart of the Houston area. We head into midnight, still heavy rain, and now it gets more widespread by midnight. That says that disturbance rolls in from the west. 1:30 a.m., still pockets of heavy rain, significant flood threat overnight tonight past midnight. 3 a.m., heavy rain begins to push toward the coast and to the east. And then as we get in toward 8 a.m. Friday morning, most of the heavy stuff is now in Louisiana, and we begin to get a break Friday morning. Here's noon on Friday. Hopefully we do get this break. We'll need it because there's more rain coming as we head into the late afternoon and evening on Friday and Saturday. Let me run through this once again. I want to show you a little longer view of this. All right, so here we are going into 11 o'clock tonight. Heavy rain and thunder. More heavy rain and thunder through 3, 4 a.m. It heads off to the east by 8:30.
Can you turn your mic up? Make sure it's on all the way. Just make sure.
The mic's on. Are they having trouble hearing me?
Just a little bit. We could probably turn it up. Just want to make sure your mic's all the way up.
Well, I don't know how to set that. Here, okay, here we go. As far as I know, it's up as high as it'll go. I'm not a microphone expert. I'm only a meteorologist. Only. All right. So here's what I'm trying to show you. We got another round of rain coming in as we head into Friday night and Saturday. Give this just a moment to load. Right, so here's redevelopment Friday night across that same boundary that stays stationary across our area Friday night. That's 9:30 Friday night. And then notice out there in West Texas, here comes another piece of energy coming around the base of that parent storm up there in the Rockies. So this is Saturday, 5 a.m. Hopefully we're still quiet at 5 a.m. Saturday, but watch what happens as we move forward in time. Here it comes. Now pushing into our western counties by the middle of the day on Saturday. So it's tonight, Thursday night, into Friday morning. Hopefully we'll get a break Friday afternoon and Friday night, but then going into Saturday morning, maybe mid-morning Saturday, another round of storms coming in. So that's the way it stands right now. So once again, let me just give you the quick what we're expecting. So we've got a significant flood threat tonight. If you live next to one of the area rivers, if you live in an area that is flood prone, if you live in an area that has flooded before, if you're near one of our bayous, be prepared to take action. It's quiet outside right now. It won't stay that way. We're going to have these storms erupting as we head into the early and middle part of the evening. The greatest threat will be between 8 p.m. and 4 a.m. tonight into early tomorrow morning. Rain totals widespread 3 to 5 inches, and most of the watersheds could take that, but some spots are going to see 10 to 12, and the watersheds can't take that. And so we're just going to have to watch together and wait and see who gets those heavy amounts and who ends up getting the significant flood threat. So that's the update as it stands right now. We're quiet for the moment. It won't last. Everything updated on the TV side. Erica's got the update and all the updated models at 4 o'clock from 4 to 5. I'll step in at 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock, give you the latest updated. We've got the rapid refresh model running every hour. We'll show you what's coming tonight, and we'll walk through this overnight together as we face a significant flood threat in Houston, Southeast Texas tonight. We'll check back with you after a while, but again, 4 o'clock on the TV side is when we'll have our next live update.